All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here today on this beautiful, amazing Sunday morning. It is Sunday, June 23rd, 2024. If you are here live, if you are watching this on the replay, stick around regardless of when you're watching it because this is going to have tremendous replay value. I've got some community news to discuss here, and these topics I'm going to be discussing here today on this show can relate to pretty much everyone out here on YouTube because I feel every YouTube community or group of people that conglomerate and do content within the same community, it's the same thing all over YouTube because YouTube is a shared platform. I'll share more about that in just a little bit. But before we get to that, first of all, let me make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that it's rolling well. And it looks like it is. Let me also make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. And it looks like it has. And let me do a sound check. If you are watching this on the replay, stick around regardless of when you're watching it because this is going to have tremendous replay value. I've got some community news to discuss here. All right, everything is rolling smoothly. Okay. So let's just get right to it. Sorry about that. Been getting lots of emails and text messages and lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff and stuff that I really wish that I didn't have to deal with. But, it is what it is. Such is life, I think being a YouTuber or what some people call a YouTube content creator is very rewarding. It can be very rewarding, but it also has its ups and downs. And, you're basically playing in a big playground. We're all sharing this platform. It is a shared platform. And because of that, you're going to be dealing with a lot of stuff that you really wish you didn't have to deal with. And that includes the audience. It's one thing for content creators like myself to be able to ignore things and to continue creating my content. It's another thing when there are people that are deliberately attacking, other people on this platform and threatening them to stay away from certain channels such as mine. And I want to talk about that a little bit here today. It's just a ridiculous thing. It's a very ridiculous thing because here's the thing. People are going to go wherever they want to go. If they like the content you're creating, or more so, if they like the content creator, they're going to go there no matter what you say, right? But I'm hearing some things from behind the scenes from some people that have been a part of my community for a while. I'm not going to mention those people. I've also received emails from people that are afraid to comment here or chat in the live stream chats because they feel some other people would publicly attack them through their YouTube channels. And, that's just a really, really sad thing. It's really a sad way to conduct yourself as a content creator out here, to threaten people that may no longer want to be a part of, a particular audience, and then they want to become a part of yours. And then people say, oh, if you go to the enemy's house, for example, Eli, if you go into the enemy's house, which in this case would be me, I'm considered the enemy, right? Then, we're going to do this and do that. And come on. I mean, seriously. If we have to resort to these types of tactics to maintain an audience or build an audience or make money or be successful out here, even if you're successful at doing that, how good does it make you feel as a content creator on YouTube to have to threaten people, to maintain a certain level on your channels, right? How good does that make you feel? On top of many other things that have been going on, such as, there are lots of people stealing other people's content, including mine. We've talked about that before. I'll share a little more about that here today in general. But why do people feel the need to do such underhanded things to be successful out here and to make money? And even if you can continue to get away with doing that and you're making a decent amount of money for the time being, again, how good does that make you feel deep within? Are you basically, admitting to yourself that you have no morals, values, or ethics? Ronnie Terry, good morning from the Lone Star State. Well, good morning, Ronnie Terry. How are you doing today? Welcome to the show. Ronnie Terry, your channel was started today, so I'm going to go ahead and remove you because you are trolling. People that create a channel because they've been banned here on their main account are not welcome here. And you, sir, creating a channel today with the intention to chat here is pretty obvious. So, Ronnie Terry, sock account, thank you for stopping by and have yourself a very pleasant day. Best of luck to you. Take care. Now, I'm not going to be on too terribly long, but I wanted to share some stats here. Hey, Buyer Repair Guy Raleigh, I support Coach Eli. Well, I support you too, Raleigh. You've been a big support lately, not just monetarily, but with your words of wisdom and your emails. You've got a lot of great business sense and business knowledge, and that's something that I feel we need to share with the world. I think you can help a lot of people. Good Sunday morning, says Buyer Repair Guy Raleigh. Good Sunday morning to you as well, sir. Thank you for being here. And thank you again for being a super fan sponsor. Much love. So I put out a bunch of community postings yesterday. I'm not going to get too far into it because I'm not really talking about the drama stuff anymore. But I'm doing this primarily because there are a lot of people that really want to participate here in a positive environment because they're tired of all the negativity. And they're reaching out to me and telling me that I want to participate, but I've been threatened if I show myself in your chat or in your comment section. I've been threatened to be attacked and publicly shamed or whatever, right? Well, here's the thing. If people are going to do that, if other creators are going to do things like that, they're going to do it whether they threaten you or not. And I've never been a person that handles threats too well. And I'm not saying I don't take threats seriously, but a lot of threats out here on YouTube by other creators are not even real threats. They're just ways to try to control you and keep you around, on their on their end, which is what I'm trying to say, and not have you go into someone else's live stream chat that's perceived to be the enemy. And quite frankly, I don't consider myself to be an enemy of anyone. If other people consider me an enemy, that's on them. But again, why would you want to run your channel that way? Why would you want to live your life having enemies out here on YouTube? For some people, maybe it's their content. Maybe that's what they do as their content. They just can't be friends with anyone. they can only be friends with people that are, playing along with the same agenda. So let me go ahead and go over to my community wall here. Give me a second here, folks. Just give me a second. Hold on a second. Just a second, sorry. Give me just a second here, folks. My apologies for this. Okay. Now that is interesting. That is interesting. All right. Sorry about that. I had to check a few things. Value Repair Guy Raleigh says, I don't care what anybody thinks. I'll go and chat where I feel unwelcome, but that doesn't mean I need to talk negatively about other people. Yeah, that's true, Raleigh. That's absolutely true. Furthermore, Raleigh says, welcome, not unwelcome. I mixed it up. Yeah, no worries, bro. I understood what you meant by that. AZ Prod says, howdy. How are you doing, AZ Prod? How you doing, man? The latest thing, AZ Prod, is people are accusing you now of being me. I can say hello in the chat right here. And you just came in there with your mod wrench. And you've been a channel member for 8 months now. So, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit, I'm all over the place because I heard Dawn get up for a second and she's okay. I just want to make sure that she's okay. And she is. Also, I got to say, folks, I'm really tired. I've had so much going on, between doing the shows. We hit an all-time, record accomplishment here. I've never hit 8,000 watch hours in 1 month. And I hit 8,000 watch hours recently in the last 28 days, that is. And, yeah, that's just something that, wow, even getting 4,000 watch hours in a month, let alone a year, is difficult for a lot of people. We hit 8,000. So that says a lot about how much content I've been putting out there, and how much I've been talking. So don't mind me if I'm a little bit tired. Value repair guy, Raleigh says, "What's up, AZ Prod?" AZ Prod says, "What?" He's crying out of laughter with the crying out of laughter emojis. "Hey, Bayou," says AZ Prod. Yeah, no, I mean, you got some dude that is afraid to talk about me on his main channels, and he's got these series of sock accounts with a derogatory version of my name, and he's been like tagging me in tons of postings. It's super comical how triggered this guy is. GLM, how are you doing? Good morning, Eli. Rise and shine. It's a beautiful morning. Yes, it is. How are you doing in your neck of the woods there, GLM? Welcome to the show. It's great to see you here. So let me go and do what I was going to do a second ago. I got sidetracked. I was checking a few things. I'm not going to show this on the screen, but I'm going to read a couple community postings that I made involving a few polls I put out yesterday. And the first one was, would you waste 5 hours of your time on a Saturday to live stream about another YouTuber for free? Because that's what some people were doing. Like, there were lots of people. I'm not going to mention names, and I'm just kind of putting this out there to share with the people that are afraid to come and chat here that this is all just one big joke, and feel free to come and go as you wish, wherever you want to go, including here. But, there were some streams. There was one that was 5 hours yesterday, and it got just under 400 views for 5 hours. Now, granted, those people are all being compensated, so they were more than likely paid to do a lengthy show like that. But the options were, yes, I would do it for free because I have nothing better to do. 21%. I can't believe even one person clicked yes on that they would do it for free. No, I would only do it if the money was right. 25% chose that. And then the one that the majority chose was, no, I have way better things to do with my time on a Saturday. 54% chose, I have way better things to do with my time on a Saturday. What's that? I can't even talk. What that is telling me, there we go. Let me get the words out of my mouth. I'm jumbling them just like you, Raleigh. I have my moments too, bro. You know what I mean? What that is telling me is that the majority of the people, and I hate to say this, but I can't say it any other way. The majority of the people are really tired of certain people out here within the communities we've all participated through that are creating the fake instigated drama content, that are recycling the Coach Eli content and all that. People are tired of it. And this poll shows it, because you have to also take into consideration within these polls, you're going to get the trolls and haters to try to skew the poll. But in this poll, there was really nothing to skew, because the only thing they could skew would be, yes, I would do it for free because I have nothing better to do. Or they could skew, no, I would only do it if the money was right. The poll had 118 votes, and over 60 people, like 65, 61, about 60 people, 59 people, 60 people or so, maybe 61, 62 people voted, no, I have way better things to do with my time on a Saturday. So what that's telling me is those people are people that really want to participate here on the channel, but they're afraid to do so because other people have threatened them if they do, right? And Jigwalk commented and said, anyone who would do that for free has to have a certain level of unhealthy obsession toward you, man. Well, it's not an obsession. It's where the money's at. It's, if somebody is paying these creators to do it, or they're being donated a lot of money to do that, that's the motivation, right? Now, I put on another poll yesterday. This is going to make more sense regarding this show. Value Repair Guy says, congrats, Eli. That's a huge accomplishment. I only average 1.5K watch hours per month. 8K is crazy. Well, I talk a lot, Raleigh. You know me. I can't shut my mouth. I typically will get anywhere from 3,000 to 4,000 watch hours per month because I live stream a lot. But I think what happened over the past 28 days or maybe the last few months is that I just tackled things head on, and a lot of people came around to start more so supporting Don and I because they're realizing what people have been saying about us isn't true. And they're realizing we're genuine people, and there are people that are looking for genuine content out here. AZ Prod says, but yeah, thank you for your comment there, Raleigh. I really appreciate that, man. AZ Prod, anything to deflect from Silicone JO? Of course. Yeah, that's what they're doing, AZ Prod. And it's funny because I'll say this. I'll mention a few people. I don't care. That DVD guy, he was, he's been doing the simulcasts over on Rumble. And one person commented in the comment section that was Silicone, aka JO. Yeah, I think what's really going on now is they're going all out. I think what's going to happen is Silicone, aka JO. We can just call him JO. That's not putting too much out there. I think Silicone JO is going to end up parting ways and stopping to pay these people money, or at least stopping to comment directly, because I think he realizes the stove is getting really hot, and now that people know who he actually is, anyone can go after him, including me. I'm not saying I'm going to. Whatever I do is going to be handled behind the scenes. But yeah, it's funny to me, AZ Prod, how triggered these people were defending Silicone a few days ago when this was exposed. And it wasn't me that exposed it. I didn't expose this. I never once doxed this person. Somebody else did. Right? But if there wasn't any truth to this, then they wouldn't be triggered. So the fact that the people that we've all been assuming have been getting paid by Silicone are overreacting that he's been exposed as JO is speaking for itself, right? GLM says, AZ Prod, why you so worried about doxing people? With all due respect, you ain't. Excuse me, GLM, honestly. I appreciate you being a member as well, but I respect AZ Prod. He's a very good member. He's a very good person, and I respect him. And this is not about doxing. Nobody's doxed anyone here, GLM, but somebody else made us aware of who this person is, because this person has been paying people to attack people, including myself. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no harm intended with it. There's nothing malice about this. Value Repair Guy, people leave crazy comments on my channel every day. I just ignore them. They have so much time on their hands to try and get a reaction. Yeah, I've been doing the same thing. I don't know if you've noticed, Raleigh, Value Repair Guy. I've been doing the same thing. I've just been doing my own thing. I've just been ignoring most things. Like, nothing wrong with talking about it in a roundabout way without mentioning them. I don't care. They're going to continue to do what they're going to do regardless. But there were so many people that did streams on me yesterday, long streams. So many people did long streams on me yesterday. And these are all people that are assumed to be sponsored by Silicone JO, right? And it's just the dumbest content. It's just the dumbest content, regurgitating the same stuff, and then trying to throw in a few stabs just to try to make it seem real for the audience, which I think everyone now knows all these people that are doing this are just acting. You know what I mean? By Repair Guy Raleigh says, you're getting more views and watch hours than JB Gunner. or Jamie, it's like they are chasing you for clout because you're the larger YouTuber now. I appreciate that, Raleigh, that you're saying that. I don't know if I'd say I'm the larger YouTuber. Maybe so, maybe not. I really appreciate the encouragement and the kind words. Like, I respect what you said, but humbly speaking, whether I am the larger YouTuber or not, or if they're the larger YouTubers or not, I'm not in competition with any of them. And I know, I know you mean it in a positive, good way. I respect how you said it, but quite frankly, I'm really not here to compete with anyone. I'm not here to compete with anyone. If I'm going to compete with somebody, it's going to be with myself, just to encourage myself to be able to pump myself up to keep this going and create more content. It's challenging to find time to do these streams, but I know they're important. I know if I stop for a while, the momentum's going to shift. And that's part of the problem with YouTube. You know, if you go hard for a while and you start to really gain momentum, the moment you take a break for a few days, all of that, boom, all that momentum is gone, right? Wouldn't you agree with that? By the way, once again, there's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. GLM says, oh my God, that little, yeah, it's still ever streaming you. Yeah. Well, I checked a little bit ago and he wasn't doing it, but maybe he's doing it now. Yeah, I'm sure somebody's doing it somewhere, like unlisted or somewhere. I don't see any public restreams right now, but anyway, it's not a big deal. It is what it is. I'm handling all that stuff behind the scenes. I wanted to do this show today because I know there are a lot of people that want to come here and participate because, for whatever reason, some of them like both Don and I, some of them like just Don and are on the fence with me, and that's okay. Hey, if you want to come here just to support Don, that's cool. And I've been doing a lot of soul searching lately because I've been doing public speaking for close to 25 years. I've done podcasting. I've done speaking in the real world on a stage in front of a lot of people, at corporate events when I worked, in retail management back in the days, in retail corporate. I've done a lot of public speaking, and I've done soul searching lately because I'm really trying to think twice on how I say the same thing, right? You can say the same thing 5 different ways. And what's most important is not how I feel I come off, it's how the audience feels I come off. If I say something and I mean it with the best intentions, but I say it in a way where the audience perceives it to be the opposite, then, that's me not doing a good enough job communicating properly and taking the audience and their perception into consideration. It's not that I'm trying to pick and choose very carefully or closely what I say. It's about saying what I want to say, but presenting it in a way that's not misperceived by the audience, right? AZ Prod, he's going to have to. The jig is up. Yeah, well, I reported him again to Rumble. I don't mind saying that. I don't care talking about a few people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore, right? But I reported him to Rumble again. And I also told Rumble that you guys are not responding to me. And if I don't hear a response back, I may have to get my attorney involved. I'm serious. A lot of people think I'm full of it. Like, if I don't hear back from Rumble, like the last several emails I've sent to them, not a response after weeks, right? So it's like they don't care about copyright or community guidelines or whatever, right? Yet on their website, they say they do, but when you reach out to them in the ways that they tell you to reach out to them for these issues or regarding these issues, they don't respond to you. So I told them, I said, if I don't hear back from you, I may have to get my attorney involved. and I made him aware of DVD's channel. I made him aware of the whole channel. I shared with Rumble my channel link, that this guy is reusing all my content. So I'm going to have to threaten attorneys from this point on when it comes to platforms like Rumble, and I will get an attorney involved. I will get an attorney involved if I have to. At least even send a cease and desist to Rumble, or to send him a letter. Hey, if you don't handle this, through the DMCA system in the way your website says, then we're going to have to take legal action. I bet once an attorney sends them a letter like that, then they're going to comply, right? Value Repair Guy says 100. I agree. The momentum things are very important for live streaming. Yeah, not only for live streaming, Raleigh, but if you're creating pre-recorded content like vlogging, or if you upload 2 to 3 times a week on a schedule, people like it. People get used to that. When people like you, they get used to your content. There was a content creator many years ago named Big John, who ran the MGTOW's Freedom Channel, and I even interviewed him once his channel was shut down from YouTube for violating the guidelines. I mean, he really pushed the button, or he really pushed the envelope, but he had great content. And he would create content daily. Like, he would literally create content 5 to 7 days a week. And if he missed one day, like, I was like, man, I'm missing something today. It was just great hearing him. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was like, hello, everyone. John here from MGTOW's Freedom. MGTOW is men going their own way. And he would share these stories, and he would share his experiences. And, he would just present things so crystal clear. Like, Big John, mad respect to him. He grew that channel to like 55K subs, and then it got shut down. Now, he also has the Prepared Mind channel, which is still around. Now, his MGTOW's Freedom channel's monetized. I guess technically Big John is circumventing, but I don't know. I guess YouTube handles things differently. I don't know. They handle things differently with different people. But yeah, consistency is important. Like, I looked forward to Big John's videos every single day. And if you missed a day, I was like, wow, man, something is missing. You feel it, right? When you really like someone and you like their content. Buyer Repair Guy Raleigh says, I agree. Like, self-reflection is very good and healthy. That's how I came to the realization that live streaming was not for me, and I need to focus on creating pre-recorded content, that I'm much better. Yeah, humbly speaking, Raleigh, I'm good at both. I mean, I have no problem. When I first started, I was creating pre-recorded content on my first channel. Well, it wasn't my first channel, but it was my first coaching channel, because I have my Elias Melas channel and January Networking Association GNA channel, where I was uploading speakers from my networking events all over Northern California since 2009. But my first real attempt to be a YouTuber was back in 2017 on that channel that's no longer around. I shut it down back then. And I created nothing but pre-recorded videos. The problem is it takes a lot of time to edit them. And if you're doing it all on your own, you can do one video a day, potentially. If you have minor editing, you can do a video a day. If you're doing major editing, then you could probably do 2 to 3 videos per week. And for me, what I want to do is be available more often. So, when I found out about live streaming on YouTube and I saw other people doing it, having panels or just going live and engaging your audience, I really, really enjoyed that, because I was already doing that through podcasting before I started the YouTube thing. So that's why I went more the live streaming route. But I also want to get back to creating some pre-recorded videos on the main channel. And that's why, when I started doing content with Don a couple of years ago, about 6 months after we started dating, when we started to get a lot of traction on Coach Eli 2 here, and then we got it to a level where we could monetize it, we monetized this as our second channel, and we made this the live streaming channel, and then the other channel is the pre-recorded channel. Now, sometimes I'll go live on the main channel if I haven't put out any content in a while, because if you don't put out content in like 6 months and you don't maintain your watch time there, you could lose monetization there. But pretty much I'm separating the main channel. I've separated the main channel from this channel here. This is the live streaming channel, and that is the pre-recorded channel over there. So that is that. Let me go ahead and get that other poll here. Honest question for my audience. This was 19 hours ago. Are you afraid to chat during my live streams or comment on my videos for whatever reason? Please answer the poll below. Thank you. So it was 2 options. No, I'm not afraid to chat or comment on your channel, 37%. Yes, I'm terrified to chat or comment on your channel, 63%. So a total of 123 votes. So if we take 123, okay, we're looking at 77 people that answered that poll are terrified to chat here. Now, let's take into consideration half of those are trolls, okay? So I doubt there were that many trolls responding to this, but let's just say, for the sake of, the large amount of trolls I've always had, let's say half of those are trolls, right? So if we take 77 people divided by 2, 38.5, let's say 39 to 40 people. Let's say there are 40 legitimate people that are afraid to chat here. Okay, there's probably more, but let's go on the low end, because even 40 people that responded to this poll that are afraid to chat here. Do you folks understand? If Don and I, and look, we're not saying we're all that, and we're not trying to, we're not trying to sound like we're not humble. We're very humble. But can you imagine if 40 people that have never chatted here before started chatting here? 40 new people that have known about us for a while but are afraid to chat here because they're afraid of being attacked on other channels, right? And let's say even just 5 out of those 40 started to donate regularly, right? How much more revenue would that bring in? How much more watch time and views would that bring in? And again, we're here for more than just that. We're here to truly help people. But in order to be able to make this sustainable, we need to grow and have more support, especially monetarily. But just think about that, right? And I can tell you, there are people that use myself and Don for content that, you tell me if this makes sense, Raleigh, that know if we grow too far past them, they're not going to be able to use us as content anymore, because then we're going to be successful and they can't call us failures anymore, right? So do you feel, Raleigh, that these people know if they let the Coach Eli thing go, we're going to blow up just like that? And that's going to destroy their Coach Eli business. And that's just going to take us through the roof. I say this with humility, but I'm trying to prove a point here why this is all happening. So that way the people that are afraid to chat here don't be afraid to chat here. No one's going to do anything to you. These are all empty threats. They're all just empty threats to just try to control the audience and have you support the people you used to support instead of us, right? Or maybe they're just trying to keep you from coming here because if we grow too far past them, they're going to have nothing to talk about us regarding us anymore because we're going to be more successful. They can't call us failures anymore, right? Even though we're not failures, but that's what they do. We're not fully successful on YouTube yet, but we're not failures either. But if we do blow up, what are they going to say about that, right? Buyer Repair Guy Raleigh says, you're right. Pre-recorded videos take me anywhere from 4 to 12 hours to produce a 30-minute to 1 hour video. Yeah. And here's the thing, Raleigh, you can make the best pre-recorded video on the planet. I've done that before, and it'll get you 10, 20, 100 views. Like, I get way more views live streaming because it's engaging. Plus, you have a chance to get super chats, super stickers, right? Memberships and all that, right? Now, if I knew my pre-recorded videos were going to get thousands of views with a pre-established audience, I would start focusing a lot more on them again. And I am going to start focusing a bit more on pre-recorded videos on the main channel. We're also going to be doing videos with our dogs. And we're going to be very, very closely monitoring our dog videos because people want to, use our dogs as content. Our dogs are copyrighted. And I did take down somebody for sharing a picture of our dog Bochi on their community wall. They downloaded it from our community wall and re-uploaded it to theirs, and I took them down for copyright manually at copyright@youtube.com. Buyer Repair Guy Raleigh says, I agree, the more successful you become, you destroy their narrative. Yeah, that's the whole narrative is to say, hey, Eli's been doing this for 6 years and he hasn't made a dime, right? And I mean, we're still not making a whole lot of money, Raleigh, but we're starting to make more than we ever have, and we're getting there. And we have good people like you to thank. I mean, you've just you've done a hell of a lot this month, Raleigh, and we appreciate that, man. We really do. Buyer Repair Guy Raleigh furthermore says, I feel like they're going so hard right now at you because they feel you're growing past them and their paradigm is now shifting. It is. That's exactly why they're doing it. So I'm glad you're here and we're talking about this. This is exactly what I wanted to talk about. So people that are afraid to come here, you don't need to be afraid anymore. Two things are happening exactly as you stated, Raleigh. You hit the nail on the head. Okay. So number one, we're growing faster than ever before. And we're not only growing more and we're getting twice the watch time we've ever had. We're making at least twice the money we've ever had. Still not a whole lot, but it's twice what it used to be. Okay. So that's one aspect right there. The other aspect is the people that's funding them to do this has been exposed. His real name is out there and they all know it. So you've got two things going against you. You've got the growth that Don and I are sustaining. And you also have their silicone, nothing but silicone, aka J.O. We're just going to put the initials out there, J.O. We know who he is. And at some point, this guy's going to walk away because his liability exposure just got shot through the roof because now we know who he is. Hey, Jigwalk, how you doing? Welcome to the show. 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. Jigwalk says they claim no sponsor. I'm sorry, Nightbot deleted your message, but I'll read it. Sorry about that. They claim no sponsor is paying. So even if that were true, it would then mean that they are just obsessed. Right. So here's the thing. Yeah. Listen, Jigwalk, no one's buying it when they say they have no sponsor. They're doing this for monetary incentive. Okay. For all I know, the original Brian sponsor might also still be in the picture. It could be both of them, right? We don't know. But look, no one's going to sit around and do a 5-hour live stream to get 350 views or 400 views if they're not, first of all, if they're not a monetized channel. Second of all, if they're not getting paid, right? And on those streams, the funny thing is this: you guys see it. Every one of those streams, Silicone, aka Jo, is there, and he's donating on top of whatever he's paying these people behind the scenes, right? Jigwalk, I'm sorry about that. You were timed out for 5 seconds. My apologies on that. If you use the block word and Nightbot times you out from this point on, it's only 15 seconds. Yeah, sorry about that, Jigwalk. Sorry about that. It's just on the block words list. But I can still read your message, so still type what you want to type, and I'll get it out there. My apologies. Please forgive me. I have to have Nightbot protection, or else these people will come in and spam my chat. You know what I mean? So it's just something that we got to deal with. But you won't get banned here or anything like that. It's all good. And here's the thing, Raleigh and Jigwalk and AZ Prod and GLM and anyone else that's here right now. Here's the thing. You know what's happened here? And this is more of a reason for people that are afraid to come here to start coming around and use your real channel. Actually, you got a couple of options. I'll share those options in a few here, okay? Every time people talk about you, and I've learned this, and I learned this a long time ago, but I'm finally realizing how to leverage it, right? Publicity is publicity, good, bad, or indifferent. If people are talking about you, it's like basically them putting out a billboard saying, this guy Eli exists, right? Because if people don't know you exist, there's no chance of them ever finding you, right? But if other people are talking about you at a massive level, even if they're getting paid to do it, at the same time, it's like them putting up a big billboard and saying, this Coach Eli guy exists. No matter how bad they may be trashing me, they're putting me in the spotlight. Then people come here and realize, oh, Eli's got good, nice people here. He's got people that are donating legitimately. They talk about interesting things. They talk about life's principles. They're laid back, down to earth, real people. And then they stick around. And the more and more that cycle of them doing that, putting up the billboard by constantly talking about me, the more and more that happens, the more and more we're going to grow eventually. You know what I'm saying, Raleigh? Does that make sense to you? AZ Prod says, hey, Jigwalk says, it's okay. I understand you have a lot of block words for a reason. No big deal. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for understanding. I greatly appreciate that. Hammer Time Funk, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. AZ Prod says, exactly. He's in the chat of every single stream that talks about you, brother. Right. So is it not an obvious thing that Silicone, nothing but Silicone, aka Jo, is in every single chat or comment section of where people are talking about me? Is that just a coincidence? Come on, really? Yo, AZ and BRG. Who's BRG? Oh, buy your repair guy. Oh, yeah. Jigwalk says, Eli, I found you because of Torp leading me here. So was it Torp that was smashing me, trash talking me? Here's the thing. Let me take a little break here for a second. I'll come back for another 30 minutes and I'll share my thoughts about the Torp situation. Maybe share a few more things about Pedro, Santiago, and where I think he's going to take his channel. and talk about a few more things. Jigwalk says I was watching some DoorDash channels. Yeah, that's what I was doing when I was driving for DoorDash and Uber for 3.5 months, starting at the end of 2022 and for a few months into 2023 last year. I was, looking for a DoorDash community. And the first person you come across is, Pedro DoorDash Santiago and then Bentley Coop with DoorDash Diaries, right? And then you start to, look at other channels. Then I found, Brian from the Gig Apps Exposed channel. He used to have a channel called DoorDash Sucks, but he changed the name to Delivery Rideshare Alliance or something like that. And Brian's content was phenomenal. And I met Torp through Brian and some other people. Also, a guy that used to be named Uber Jeep AZ Jeff. He's now called the Mic Drop Barbecue. I don't know why he changed his channel to that name, but I liked Uber Jeep AZ. Or he could just change his channel to his name. Like Uber Jeep AZ Jeff is great. I always watch his content, and I comment when I can. And I commented on one of his channels. On one of his shows yesterday, where he was talking about Santiago, Pedro DoorDash Santiago getting deactivated. I left him a comment. He got back to me, and I got to get back to him. I'd love to connect with him and interview with him. Like, I think that'd be a cool interview. But yeah, I found out about Torp through Brian. And some other people. You probably heard Glitch Dash. And there was a guy named Jeff Thomas Black, and Jeff Thomas Black wrote the book, The Beginning of the End. He did a stream, The Beginning of the End of DoorDash, and then he's been in progress, I guess, writing a book exposing, DoorDash and all that. And we could have gone places and really taken this to the next level, but that's when these people from, this drama community that's been coming at me for 6 years, that's when they came in and just, inserted themselves. And Torp was a friend of mine. Torp and I were good. And then I'm wondering if, let me ask you this, AZ Prod, do you think that Silicone J.O., paid Torp to flip on me? Do you think Torp would sell out? Yeah, I prefer Jeff's old channel name as well. Yeah, no, I like Uber Jeep AZ. But even if he just named his channel like if he named his channel like Jeff, whatever his full name is. No, Jeff is a cool dude. He's a big dude too. I wouldn't mess with him, but Jeff is the nicest guy in the world. And I don't think he would hurt a fly, but if he had to defend himself, he would F you up. I'm not kidding, man. Jeff's one of the coolest dudes I've come across. And, he knew all these people coming at me were BS. And he never sold out to anything. But I think Torp possibly maybe getting paid. I think he got paid to flip on me because I can't think of any other reason why he would have done that. I was nothing but real with him. But we'll share more about that. When I get back from the break regarding Torp. AZ Prod says yes. All right, folks. I'm going to step away for a quick break. Let me cue up some royalty-free YouTube music here. Let me see here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. See here. Do 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 do. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a quick break. twerp loves silicone. Well, that speaks for itself, bro. We'll talk a little more about that after the break. Stick around. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Yeah. Yeah. I've got to say, I'm almost at a loss for words. This has been 6+ years in the making. And it is really just hitting me hard right now. Like I'm overwhelmed with just a bunch of thoughts, and I don't know. I really feel this is finally heading in the right direction, and it's making Don and I very happy because we truly want to help people, better their lives. We want to encourage people. We want to motivate people. We want to inspire people. We want to bring out the good in people. And we want to also help people that lack that self-love that is so necessary to, enjoy life in any capacity, personally and professionally. Now, before we get back to the show, just to remind you folks, if you would like to, help us out a little bit, help Don and I out a little bit by making a donation to support the channel, you can do so in one of many ways. You can send a super chat or a super sticker in any amount while we're here live on the air. On the pre-recorded videos or the live stream replays, once they're done processing several hours after the replay, goes into effect after the live stream ends, you can send a super thanks, which will put out a highlighted, paid highlighted message in the comment section. You can also send a donation via Cash App or PayPal. Nightbot's been sharing the Cash App and PayPal link every 7 minutes in the chat. On PayPal, you can go to paypal.me/Coach Eli. On Cash App, you can go to $the real Coach Eli. And as always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. And we just really want to thank everyone that's been supportive, very supportive lately, monetary. And even if you're just here to support in a non-monetary way, we love you as well. Yeah. All right, let's just go ahead, scratch it, and get right back down to business. All right. So, today we've been talking about, please don't be afraid to participate on my channel. This is ridiculous and more. One more time. The topic is, please don't be afraid to participate on my channel. This is ridiculous and more. And even people that are detractors are always saying, and they keep saying it to this day, why does Eli repeat the title twice? Because it's very important. When you repeat something a couple of times, people are more so prone to remember it. I don't see anyone on our end questioning that. But the detractors, let's call them that, are going to question the air you breathe. So, I mean, I'm not surprised they question that, right? All right, let's get back to the chat here. Torp loves silicone. Jig work 100. Anti-troll, how you doing? Is that the real anti-troll? He has so many accounts. It's hard to keep up. Let's see. I think that's him. Let's see. Is that one of your backup accounts there, Anti-Troll, or is that a clone of you? You may want to come back in on your main channel so that way we know it's really you. Anti-Troll says, in the morning, I don't know what you remember that. Hey, Coach Eli, I hope you and everyone here are doing well. Yeah, we're doing fantastic, man. If that's the real you, bro, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for sharing the information of Nothing But Silicone as J.O. And that's made a big difference. I'm telling you, it's made a big, big difference. Well, I didn't know. There was another channel, an Allison channel, that donated to me a few times. Like, I think they donated like maybe $5 or $10, not a whole lot. And you mentioning that channel, you came across that channel years ago, that channel had also come to my channel. And so that right there proved to me 100% definitively that Nothing But Silicone is 100% JO. And the fact that people getting paid by JO Silicone got really triggered when you exposed it. They got really, really, really triggered. So they got really triggered, which is what I'm trying to say. They got really triggered because that's the person paying them, right? So they didn't get triggered because we're wrong. They got triggered because that's the person putting money in their pocketbook, right? Anti-Troll says, yes, in order to love others, you must first learn to truly love yourself. Same goes for hate. If you hate others, then you hate yourself first. I agree with you. Yeah, it's purely a projection. I've been saying that for years, bro. And a lot of the people we've encountered out here on YouTube are massive, massive projectors, like massive projectors. You know what I mean? Anti-Troll says, no, I am a different Anti-Troll. Okay. So you're a clone of the real Anti-Troll. All right. It's all good. Anti-Troll says, I have been in your chats in 2020 and 2021. Not sure if you remember me. It's been a long time. I do remember an Anti-Troll channel, and if it was you, welcome back. It's great to see you here. But Jigwalk, so you found out about me through the hateful videos that Torp was doing. I'm just curious to know, Jigwalk, and you can be honest, no worries. I want to know the truth because I'm learning how to better, work around all this garbage and, better market Don and I. But did you heard those hateful videos when you heard Torp say the things that he's been saying about me? What were you thinking? Were you thinking I need to go and check out Eli and see if everything Torp is saying is correct? So what were you thinking when he was saying those things that made you aware of me? And what do you think now? I mean, I've been seeing some positivity, and you're also a member here, so that says a lot. Thank you very much. But I'm just curious to know because, again, he's another one that's putting up a big billboard every time he talks about me saying, well, I'm bringing relevancy to this Coach Eli guy. And this is the funny thing, like I've been saying, a lot of these people have said in the past that Coach Eli is a victim of the Streisand effect, but the Streisand effect has flipped. Now the Streisand effect reversal is happening, right? So that is that. Let me see here real quick. Let me see. All right, just give me a second here. Just a second, folks. Sorry about that. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Let me see. Just a second, folks. Sorry about that. Do 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 do. Oh, so here's another thing. Here's another thing I came across the other day. I'm just remembering this right now. So apparently, people are putting out information that people are getting their money back from my memberships, right? And they're saying that they're getting it back from their bank. Here's the thing: uh, if you're going to do that, that means you do what's called a chargeback, right? And when you do chargebacks on your bank, if you do them too often, that is not good for your credit at all. And it does not look good for your bank at all. Or it doesn't make you look good to your bank at all. They could even cancel your card for that. So, I mean, look, do what you got to do. Even if people want to successfully cancel their memberships here, we don't want the people here for the wrong reasons in the first place. And a lot of you got memberships because they were memberships that were gifted, right? A lot of memberships were gifted, so you can't put a chargeback on something you never bought. Now, if these people did buy the membership, sure, you can file a chargeback on anything, but it doesn't look good on your credit and to the bank of the credit card or debit card you do it to. And again, here's the thing. Here is the thing. There's no way to fight that because the chargeback is going on YouTube's end of things. Okay. If the chargeback, let's say people bought something from me, like a coaching package, and then I gave them a service and then they tried to do a chargeback, I could fight that. In the case of memberships, let me make it clear once again. A channel membership gives you access to premium content and other perks. What it does not give you access to is chatting. That's a privilege. Chatting and commenting. Chatting within a live stream chat or commenting in the comment section of videos is a privilege. Okay? What you're entitled to when you purchase a membership is the content. When you get blocked here, you still have access to the content. So putting a chargeback on a card like that, you're defrauding your bank because you got what you paid for. So sit down and STFU. You know I'm right. You know I'm making sense. And just because people buy a channel membership doesn't give them the right to use that channel membership to troll. And if you want to make content off of that, so be it, because you've got no other content besides that. Anti-Troll says, thank you for the welcome back. Yeah, you're very welcome, Anti-Troll. Jigwalk says, I usually like to get both sides of the story, so I came to check you out to hear your perspective. Well, thank you for that, Jigwalk. Jigwalk furthermore says, doing a chargeback for such a small charge is not smart for your banking credibility. Correct. That's a dumb move to do a chargeback for a $4.99 membership. That's just stupid. That is just stupid. But look who we're dealing with here. Look at the people we're dealing with. The most immature, insecure, mentally and emotionally unstable grown adults that act like little kids. GLM says, who is Anti-Troll going to dox today? Well, if it's somebody that deserves it, that's harming people, I don't see a problem with that. GLM, I don't believe in doxing innocent people. I believe that people that are harming others should be made aware of. And I think many people feel that way, right? I mean, GLM, Do you think it's been right? Let me ask you this. Be honest, GLM. I tried to ask you this the other day, and then maybe you left for a little bit, but you're here now, I believe. Do you feel it's been right for people to use so much of my content during the past 6 years because they're being paid to do it? Do you not feel the person that's paying people to, let's just say, for example, purposes, create a targeted hate attack, paid targeted hate attack, and at the expense of my content and at the expense of my channels being successful, do you think that's fair? Do you not feel that that person needs to be exposed for that? I mean, seriously. Because I agree that doxing somebody just for the sake of doxing them as a joke, it's not right. Doxing them to trigger them for YouTube content is not right. But if they're harming people, I think people need to be made aware of that. Do you not agree with that? I'm just asking you a fair question. Anyway, folks, yeah, so I talked about Torp. I talked about a few other things. I don't really have much more to say about the Pedro situation. I wish Pedro the best of luck. I really wish Pedro would come out and apologize for accepting money from Silicone J.O. He'll probably never do that. Same with Hannibal. They're just going to ignore it. That's all these people are going to do. They're going to take the money while they can, and then, they're just going to shut their mouths. I mean, what else would you expect them to do? Incriminate themselves? They're not going to do that. No one would do that. Jigwalk says, can I clip that last thing you said about look who we are dealing with? That was a good one. Yeah, clip whatever you want, man. No problem. No problem. I'm not gonna file a copyright on you. Listen, people that are supportive of myself, like I told GLM this. I gave GLM my blessing to run the Clips channel. I wish she still was running the Clips channel, but no more. It's okay. She had my blessing to do it. You still have my blessing to do it. Like anyone that truly supports Don and I have no problems with you folks clipping my content. Now, if you use my entire streams and stuff, especially while I'm live, that's not cool. But you want to clip portions under fair use and do commentary or whatever, no problem. Or just put a little clip out there. I have no problem with that. Not at all. Not at all. Anyway, we are at 1 hour and 18 minutes. I want to say one more thing, one more time, and then go off the air. So get your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. Look, there are a lot of people that are not chatting here, or they're not even watching the streams because they feel like they would be dealing with repercussions from certain people on the platform that supposedly have threatened them. I don't have any proof of that. Do I think it's happening? Yes. Do I know how these people work? Yes. But what I will say is this. Each and every one of you is an independent person, and you have the right to come and go as you wish, wherever you want to go. And if people are going to specifically threaten you to not come to my channel, right? Are they threatening you to not go anywhere else, or is it just my channel? Maybe it's a few other people as well, right? But I have to ask you this. Why are you allowing people to control you at that level when you're an individual out here and you can go wherever you want and come and go as you wish, right? Jigwalk, just very small clip. It was a good one. Thanks, man. Yeah, do what you want to do. No problem. I'm not gonna take you down. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You got my blessing on that. No big deal. You have two options if you want to come back here and support Don and I. And we would love to have you because we've got so many great things happening and we want you to be a part of it. we want you to be a part of it. We want you to be a part of a real community that truly cares about you beyond the money, and that's going to be right by your side. We're no better than you. We just know how to present content. We know how to share stories. We know how to talk. That doesn't make us any better than you. It just means that we have stories that you can relate to, and we want to stand or sit alongside you and share our stories. And if they relate to you, which a lot of them probably will, maybe they can help you better yourself, right? We want to give you a place of peace and solace and harmony and respect where we can have great conversations and have fun at the same time and grow together personally and professionally. That's what we're doing over here, and that's what we're going to keep doing. They're probably scared that AZ Prod and Anti-Troll are going to dox them. Ha ha, that's very funny, GLM. No one's going to dox anyone. That's normal. If you do dumb shit, you deserve to get doxxed. I don't care. You want to cut me saying that? I don't care. If you do dumb things to harm people, you deserve to get doxxed. And I think even people that don't like me would agree with that. But you have two options. If you want to come back, you should come back because we know you want to be here, and we would love to have you here, okay? If you do want to come back, you can come back in under a sock account, and that would be the same thing almost. Well, not quite, but, we wouldn't know who you are, but you'd be able to chat and ask questions and participate, right? Or what I really think you should do is just suck it up and say, hey, I'm not going to let these people get to me. No one controls me. No one owns me. I'm my own individual. I'm going to come back on my regular account. And if they want to smack talk me or whatever, I'll just ignore it. All you folks have to do is ignore the garbage. That's it. Give me a second here. Do 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 do. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me see here. Do 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 do. I'm trying to check out one more thing before I go. Well, yeah. Oh, one more thing. Sorry about that. Give me a second, folks. Do 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 do. Okay. Let's see. Battery repair guy Raleigh says back in the day, everybody's telephone number, address, and name were in the phone book. Now people act like it's a big deal. Right. I agree, Raleigh. Good point, man. Very good point, Raleigh. Jigwalk, I agree. People should come back and chat here. Don't be afraid. Thank you for that, Jigwalk. AZ Prod, right, brother? Only the criminals. Right. Yeah. I'm sure there's a rebroadcast unlisted somewhere because there's nothing publicly available that I see on Rumble or YouTube. It's happening unlisted somewhere. Yeah. All right, folks. I'm gonna get going here. One more thing. The members only live stream will more than likely not happen with Don and I tonight. Don and I have had a lot of other things to deal with outside of YouTube, and she's been really tired and she's been resting a lot, and I'm really actually tired too. Like I almost didn't even do this show. I got up after getting some decent sleep last night, and I'm gonna probably go take a little nap now. And got a lot of other things to do around the house, a little cleanup and just some other stuff. So I'll probably come back for a walk later today here on Coach Eli 2, but we're going to put off the members only live stream for another day or so. But there is going to be an On the Couch with Don and Eli coming within the next few days. Just keep it locked here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams and keep an eye on our community wall and you'll know what's going on. So that's going to do it, folks. We're leaving 35 in the box. Have yourselves a great day. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.